Welcome back to Lax Purana. We have finished the Indian society part of GS1 and hope it was all useful. Now next, we are going to enter into the subject of geography. Now before we handle the different topics of geography, in this particular video, we would see that how to handle a geography answer and how to handle the geography as a subject when it comes to dealing with respect to your notes preparation in the context of mains examination. And when you look at this particular subject, the major areas that are fundamentally questioned from this subject is mostly three types. One, it is with respect to the physical geography where you would have a conceptual question. The second aspect when it comes to the geography, it is with respect to the aspects that are related to the disasters element. The third aspect is with respect to the economic and human geography elements. And apart from this, one very famous area of UPSC which categorically emphasizes is the aspects of the industrial locations. Now when you look at these compositions of geography as a subject and when you look at these compositions with respect to the questioning pattern in the UPSC examination of your GS1 paper, you see that there is a way of handling a geography answer. And when you look at this specific way of handling a geography answer, there have to be certain mandatory elements that are to be involved when you are writing a geography answer. The first aspect that you have to see is that you need to ensure the conceptual clarity. You need to ensure the conceptual clarity and you cannot afford to intermix the concepts in geography. Because when you look at the understanding of geography, it is all concept driven. If a question is being asked on the temperature inversion and if a question is being asked on how is your temperature inversion related to your human life, you have to be very clear about the temperature inversion and you have to categorically mention about the normal lapse rate as a phenomena in the troposphere. So one major aspect is you have to maintain the conceptual clarity with respect to writing an answer. The second element with respect to the answer writing of geography question is that you also have to ensure a diagrammatic representation. A diagrammatic representation. And when you talk about this diagrammatic representation, it is majorly the maps and it is majorly the usage of flowcharts. So one aspect is the diagrammatic representation where you either draw a map of India or either a map of the world, because geography gives you a lot of scope for representing the answer in diagrammatic format. And what happens is, now when you try to incorporate this diagrammatic element into the answer, what you would see is this is going to enhance the visibility aspect of the answer. And it makes the business of the examiner easy for him to decipher whether you have understood the concept or not. The third element when it comes to the aspects of geography answer writing is the application part. The applicative element or the application part, because what happens is, be it any concept in geography, any concept, that how is that particular phenomena being applied to the human life? How is that particular phenomena being applied to the economic life of a particular region? So that becomes a very important aspect. Along with this application, one very important aspect that has to be incorporated is the dynamism that is involved with respect to the concept. For suppose if a question is asked upon the cyclones, and when you look at the geographical phenomena behind the cyclones, in that one very important aspect that you would write is what are the prerequisite conditions for a cyclone to originate. And once you talk about those prerequisite conditions for cyclone to originate, we also have to talk about one very important element, the dynamism that is involved in the cyclone as a phenomena. And when you talk about the dynamism that is involved in cyclone as a phenomena in the Indian region, You see, the frequency of cyclones over the Arabian Sea is increasing in the recent past. And that can be attributed maybe to the increased phenomena of the climate change. Or that might be the varying sea surface temperatures that are seen over your Arabian Sea. So this is what is meant by dynamism that has to be incorporated. So when you look at a geography answer, you need to have these three elements categorically. And once you have these three elements in this answer, most of you are confused like what should be the conclusion when you are writing a geography answer. Because in society you would conclude it with the present relevance, or in history you would conclude it what is the present relevance of that particular historical event. In geography most of you are confused whether should we at all write a conclusion or not. Be very, very clear, my dear, is that whenever you are writing an answer, it is very, very specific with respect to writing a conclusion, because conclusion would give a smooth ending towards your answer. And when you look at the ways of concluding with respect to the geography answer, very, very simple. Either go with the different elements of geography, that is the human as well as the economic aspect of it, or talk about this particular concept is how is it impacting the human life? How is it impacting the human life? Or is it relevant in understanding some other concept? Is it relevant in understanding some other concept? Or is it impacting the economic life or the economic activity in certain aspects? So this is the way you conclude a geography answer, for the reason that it is all involved with the concept. Right? So with this, we would get into the Purana sessions on the geography, which is spread across some days now. Thank you.